A new op-ed applauding the White House's efforts to appeal to Gen Z and suggesting what else the administration might do to win over younger voters after joining TikTok earlier this week.
Every day, I wake up determined to deliver a better life for the people all across this nation. I am your voice.
The author of that op-ed and the host of Brylan Hollihan Show, Brylan Hollihan, joins us now. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. So tell us, what more does the White House need to do to stay relevant and successful on TikTok?
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason President Trump is back in the Oval Office is because he modernized the grand old party. Now, the president watching Fox and Friends this morning, I would highly encourage you not to stop at TikTok, to encourage your outreach to the next generation. Because the first thing I told him when I joined the campaign was, sir, the days of taking out an ad in the back of the Sunday paper to reach the next generation are over. A few ideas I have for the president are pretty simple. The first one is to host a modern day fireside chat. Podcasting worked really well for the president during the campaign. It's one of the reasons that he won the election so big. It was authentic, it was down to earth, it was a modern forum to be able to talk directly to the next generation. Hosting a once-a-month 30-minute roundtable conversation where he can say, Gen Z, this is what I accomplished for you this month, would prove incredibly successful for my peers who can't afford a cable bill, who don't watch traditional media, to see what he's accomplishing. The second idea is pretty simple as well. It's a college campus speaking tour. Listen, I spoke on 22 college campuses in the last year. I just finished my first week of classes at Auburn University. Gen Z is hungry to see President Trump and see his accomplishments, and having him travel to college campuses would be incredible. Remember when he went to the Bronx last year? Remember when he went to deep blue territory? That right there is where we can have the president go to deep blue college campuses and unheard, unseen people groups that have never had a Republican think about them, much less talk to them. President Trump can fill that void.
Yeah, well, he certainly did expand the playing field for Republicans. Yeah. But one of the reasons that his strategy with podcasters was so successful is he went to podcasts and did podcasts with other people. And you get that sort of third-party affirmation when you get real questions from real people that those listeners trust of President Trump, and Trump is able to sort of engage in all those things. How is that different from if you're hosting your own podcast?
Yeah, I think it would be a great thing to have some type of call-in line where every American, everyday person can call into this and ask questions of the president.
Oh, nice.
You know, we've brought in new media seats to the White House, but having something like that where everyday people can call in would be a really cool opportunity.
Very nice. Brylan Hollihan, good stuff there. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us this morning.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.